मंच पे कुछ ही देर में पहुंचने वाले हैं। मैं आप सबको एक प्रोटोकॉल से भी अवगत कराता हूं। जब राज्यपाल पहुंचेंगे यहां तो और मंच में विराजमान होंगे तो हम उनके सेशन का शुरुआत जो है वो नेशनल एंथम से करेंगे। सो वी वुड ऑफ कोर्स रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू राइज व्हेन द नेशनल एंथम प्लेज। गरिमा आप भी बना के रखें और ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ी ऊर्जा हो जाए, थोड़ा जोश चेक कर लेते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, जोश बिल्कुल हाई है और हम ये जानते हैं कि थोड़ा बचा के रख रहे हैं अपने आप को।
तालियां बजा दीजिए।
थैंक यू सो मच। और देखिए, जब बात पश्चिम बंगाल की होती है तो पश्चिम बंगाल में कई ऐसे मुद्दे हैं जिस पर कि अक्सर बात होती है। और बस तैयार हो जाइए, माननीय डॉक्टर CV आनंद बोस हमारे बीच। जी हाँ, राज्यपाल
पहुंच चुके हैं।
जी पहुंच चुके हैं और बस अब हमारे सेशन की जो उसका इंतजार था, एक बार जोरदार तालियां।
तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं हम आपका ऑनरेबल गवर्नर वेस्ट बंगाल डॉक्टर CV आनंद बोस जी का। ये बेहद अगला सेशन महत्वपूर्ण है और सेशन की शुरुआत करें उससे पहले आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू राइज फॉर द नेशनल एंथम।
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I request you all to please take your seats. दोबारा तालियों से स्वागत किया जाए सम्मानित हमारे अतिथि का। पश्चिम बंगाल के राज्यपाल हमारे बीच पहुंच चुके हैं। इस अगले सेशन के लिए अब मंच हवाले करता हूं ऋषभ गुलाटी जी को।
Uday, thank you so much, and Honorable Governor, thank you so much for coming down to this India News Manch. We are discussing policy, we are discussing governance, and we are discussing politics. Let me start immediately with a current event. We've seen difficult scenes, and not only we've seen, the entire country has seen, the world has seen, of what happened in Salt Lake Stadium, where an international footballer, Lionel Messi, came for a few minutes, became very chaotic. You visited Salt Lake Stadium after that, sir. How do we explain to the fans who are saying that they were cheated and were very upset afterwards?
You know, the take home from my visit to the place and also watching the TV on the phenomena that happened there is very clear. Accidents are not accidental. There is a human factor behind it. Entire Bengal was shocked. Entire India was benumbed. Entire sports world was aghast at what happened there. What happened in Salt Lake that day is something which should never have happened. This has happened because the sensitivities of the public, the sports lovers, the fans, were totally ignored. There is systemic failure from the part of the officers concerned. Messi came here as our honored guest, but we messed up the whole affair. That is what happened in Calcutta that day. Now, after taking stock of the situation, I, in my capacity as the governor, gave some instructions to the government. Number one, a judicial inquiry has to be ordered immediately. Number two, the culprits, that is the organizer, not the organizers, the organizers, not the organizer, have to be arrested. Number three, the ticket charges given by the public should be refunded. Number four, the account of the organizer should be frozen. Then also, other recommendations to ward off such situations in future. It is very surprising to note that in a megapolis like Kolkata, there is no standard operating procedure for congregation management. Little bit of traditional crowd control management is there. Congregation management in a big city is very, very important. That has to be put in place. Another thing was have an insurance scheme. The spectators will be insured. The premium has to be paid by the organizer. Similarly, 14 recommendations have been given. I would say that though not a judicial inquiry, an inquiry has been ordered under the retired judge as a chairman. The government has announced that a refund will be done. That is, the money which will be collected from the organizer and returned to the ticket holders. Then the arrest has been made. But one person cannot create a confusion like this, so all those who are associated with the pell-mell should be arrested. And I also said there is a popular demand in the Lok Bhavan, now not Raj Bhavan, it's the Lok Bhavan, from the public. The public sentiment was that the sports minister who was there, he should resign. I told government, this is what the government, what the public wants, this is what I as governor would also like to have it. The minister has resigned. So action is being taken, but it doesn't bring credit to anybody down the line that we could not receive properly an icon like Messi. It's a national shame.
So the other big subject immediately happening in Bengal, of course, is, as you know, the special intensive revision of the electoral rolls. When it is coming to the point of impacting law and order, what is, in your opinion, that should happen, sir?
See, SIR is an inevitable process to ensure that elections are conducted in a free and fair manner. There, of course, objections are there. In a democracy, certainly there can be varying points of view. It's a pluralistic society. Those objections are to be heard, understood, and action to be taken. I'm very confident that we have a strong election commission, which is a balance in its approach, which has been balanced in its approach throughout its tenure. They will be able to find a solution to the problems that are raised by many various political parties. And then, no country can ever accept non-citizens to take part in the election process. Because we have to guard the fundamental right of the citizens to cast their vote. SIR is an essential process in this direction. I think it is not applicable only to Bengal. It is happening all throughout India. In Bihar, the election shows that people accepted it. So election process will certainly go on. It is going on. Now it is the calling for objections. That base is also continuing. After that, a proper decision will be taken. Those who are entitled for a franchise in this country alone should be able to cast the vote.
So, you would understand this better than many of us. Is it a problem, illegal immigration? How big of a problem is it in general terms? That should it be concerning enough for the rest of us?
You see, all of us want democracy to survive. Democracy cannot be sabotaged from within. Democracy should not degenerate into mobocracy. When freedom is in peril, we have to defend it with all our might. That is what India is doing, everywhere in every state. Whatever are the objections raised, those objections, of course, have to be encountered, answered. That is the duty of the government, the Election Commission. I'm sure that, our Constitution has got adequate checks and balances to take care of such situations. I'm sure that after a little bit of din and fury, it will all settle down. Those who are entitled for franchise alone will get it in the country. All imperfections will be weeded out.
All right. Elections are coming up in 2026. There has been a history of violence when elections happen at all levels, local levels, national level, state level. How can we prevent it from happening this time?
See, in the last 3 years of my tenure there as a governor, in my analysis and assessment, the two cancerous growths on the body politic of Bengal are number one, violence, number two, corruption. So we need a Hinsa Mukta, Bhrashtachaar Mukta Bengal. This is a kind of campaign which in my own humble way I've been launching. Elections should be free from violence. Elections are to be fought with ballot, not bullet.
Just recently, sir, one of the members of parliament, Mr. Murmu, in fact, he was there with us this morning talking about what happened to him. He was doing a flood tour. He was brutally beaten up, sir. He was bloodily beaten. You had called it at that point of time Gunda Raj and anarchy. You were very upset. So what do we do when it becomes like this?
To call the attack on Mr. Murmu brutal is defaming the troops. It's much worse than that. If an elected member of parliament does not have the freedom to move about freely in his constituency, in his state, that does not bring credit to anybody down the line. Violence has to be fought tooth and nail. It has to be contained in a very, very effective manner. I have seen in my experience in Bengal, touring various places during election, particularly Panchayat election, where there it is menu-driven violence. See, anybody can hire the gundas. You give X amount of money for firing, for shooting, for stabbing, for hacking, whatever it is. This kind of a situation I have never seen anywhere else in the country. This is something which has to be tackled with a ruthless force.
How is your working relationship, sir? Because obviously there is a constitutional relationship that happens with the chief minister. So how are you, making it work? Because a few months ago, when you were making an effort, when she went to Oxford, you complimented the efforts that the government was trying to make. But at the same time, it's been tough on other occasions. So how do you, make it work from your end?
See, there are 3 Mamadas I had to encounter. One is Mamata Banerjee, the individual. We have excellent relation, interpersonal relation with mutual respect and even affection. Mamata, the chief minister, we have a professional relation. I certainly point out wherever lapses are there, constitutional lapses, legal lapses. And I would also insist upon the fact that we should agree to disagree. Third is Mamata, the politician. My God, that's not my cup of tea. I'm not in politics.
We've seen it become difficult to the point that when election security has to be done and companies from the center are to be sent, the charges of besiegement and central interference come. Elections are due. This people know happens under the jurisdiction of the election commission, not necessarily the state or central governments. If it becomes difficult again, sir, how do we navigate it? How do we use Lok Bhavan and your office to navigate it? What plan of action can we have?
See, we are a mature democracy. It is very clearly defined that law and order is a subject which is to be handled by the state government. But when it comes to elections, the entire responsibility and authority goes to the election commission. The deployment of central forces cannot be done just like that. The state has a requisition that. Last time it did not happen. Therefore, somebody went to the court and the court ordered central forces should be there. Even if central forces are there, they have to work under the state government. Within these parameters, India has conducted elections peacefully, without problems. In Bengal also, though it is difficult, we will be able to hold the election in a free and fair manner with the use of central forces wherever needed.
There has been a large conversation in Parliament, in fact, in which the Prime Minister himself has spoken around a song, Vande Mataram. Here we are on its 150th anniversary. Do you believe in the controversy? Because I'm told you yourself are planning a Vande Mataram Yatra. What can you tell us about it, sir?
See, Vande Mataram is not just a song. Vande Mataram is the voice of the soul of India. That was banned by the Britishers. An independent India, banning it overtly or covertly, is something which patriots will not tolerate. Vande Mataram, having been born from Bengal, as governor I have decided to have Vande Mataram Yatras. 2 Yatras have been held. Now since the 150th anniversary, in 150 places we will be holding Vande Mataram Yatras. We will reach there. We will all sing together because it is the soul of India. It's a patriot, it instills patriotism, inspiration to the people of India. We have a duty to honor Vande Mataram. Certainly, all efforts will be taken to see that Vande Mataram is rehabilitated in the minds of the people, because it's not, it doesn't belong to a particular state, or it is a national song. It is accepted as India's national song. We should revere it, respect it. Therefore, this Vande Mataram Yatra is organized.
So before we wind up, I want to inform the audience, sir is a, as an IS officer, before that he was a graduate of BITS Pilani. Looking back, sir, at engineering days in BITS Pilani, and now that Indian engineers are all over the world, Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, what were your college memories studying engineering, sir?
To put record straight, my engineering is social engineering. I'm not in civil engineering or mechanical engineering. My PhD from BITS Pilani is in habitat management, not in engineering. I'm a student of literature.
Sir, IS officer, big exams that need to be cracked. A lot of people, lakhs of people, attempt those exams every year. As you now see a young generation of people going through the UPSC process, what advice do you have to give them?
See, UPSC has stood the test of time. This examination has been done in a rather foolproof manner. To the younger generation, I am nobody to advise them, because as Lord Maysfield said, advice is seldom welcome. Those who need it the most like it the least. Therefore, I am not going to advise them. Years back when I got into IAS, this question used to be put to me. I would say you need, determination, so confidence, a lot of reading, everything. Now I would say, maybe at this age in my life, what you need is confidence in God and confidence in yourself. As Abraham Lincoln said, with him I cannot fail. Without him, I cannot succeed. Those who believe in God, that is the best thing for them to get in the IS. But perseverance is required, hard work is required, certainly. So once you have confidence in yourself or in God, naturally these things will come out. In the Indian mythology, it is said that there is a God in your forehead. That God is called Tatha Astu. Tatha Astu means let it be so. When you start on an examination, particularly the IAS, if you say, I haven't prepared enough, I will not be able to write the answers properly, I will not make it to the IAS this time. As God has from within you, will say Tatha Astu, which means let it be so. But if you say, I am born to win, I am not going to take no for an answer, I will certainly get into the IAS, the same goddess will tell from within, let it be so. This is called auto-suggestion. Now you have to believe in yourself. Then only you will be able to pass any examination. That is why it is said, when the going becomes tough, the tough gets going.
So finally, as a proud Bengali, sir, in the essence of the contribution of Bengal in the literature, the politics, the freedom fight in this country, as you see Bengal today, where do you wish it to be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? What would you like to see happen?
See, it is said, and rightly too, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. Gopal Krishna Gokhale said it. That is not the case now. See, now Bengal has to go ahead and far more into culture, into its heritage, tradition, soft power. The soft power of Bengal is great. If I may say literally, if you prick a Bengali, average Bengali, with a needle, first culture will ooze out, then only blood will come. So much is the affinity of that state to culture and soft power. I think Bengal will be known in future also for its soft power, art, literature, culture, heritage. Yes, Bengal has got a great prospect ahead. Bengal has a potential to become the educational hub of India, no, even the world, and also the healthcare hub. So much of potential is there. This has to be tapped to the optimum by the authorities concerned.
Honorable Governor, thank you for the time you've spared to be here, to address the audience sitting here, and of course the people who are watching us on India News, on Newsx, and all the channels of the ITV network. It was a treat to have you, and thank you very much. Let's have a round of applause. I don't think he's held back any punches. Straightforward conversation with CV Ananda Bose, as to be expected from what we know of him. Thank you very much, Honorable Governor.
For more such videos, Subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.